I've been testing out the ThruNite TI4 Penlight for a couple months now, and I can pretty much now say that I have very good experience with this light and can tell you what I think of it after everything I've put it through, and it has held up through all the abuse and use that I can throw at it. And this is a super bright light. Although it's very small, very convenient little pen light, it is a bright LED flashlight. And there's a couple features which I really like about this, which I've actually used surprisingly. One of them being the firefly mode, which I'll show you in a little bit here, is great for when you're out at camp in the woods or around a campfire and you don't need a lot of light. When I first got this, I was not exactly impressed with the firefly mode, and I thought, what am I ever going to do with that? But then I found out it was quite handy, because this little light will last a very long time in the firefly mode, and when you're outdoors in the forest at night, and as I say, just working around camp, you don't need a super bright light to get around. And I've used it cooking around campfires and preparing meals on the firefly mode, and it's really impressive. And it's held up to everything I've thrown at it, like I said. So we'll cover all the details here in this video. Well, here I've got the ThruNite LED light on firefly mode. I'm going to show you the different modes and how bright it is. I'm over at my couch here. And this is the firefly mode. It's very dim, but as you can see, it gives you enough light to get around by. It's quite impressive, and we'll cover that on a walk around here in a minute. And then we've got, by pushing the button on the back lightly, you can cycle through the modes. Now there is the medium brightness, and then there is high. And you can see that is a super bright LED light. And we'll go do a walk around in a minute here. And then of course there's the flashing. And then back to firefly mode, which is enough light to get around. Actually, the firefly mode is equivalent to many LED lights on the market today. And then you got the two other brightnesses on this light. So let's go over to the living space. I'm in the tiny house on wheels because it's pouring rain out, but I just wanted to finish this up and let you know about this amazing little light. I've thrown a pair of jumper cables and a cat on the middle of the floor just to show you the firefly mode. My camera wouldn't focus otherwise. And that is actually well enough to see what you're doing here. And of course you can change the focus on the lens. Sorry, I can't do this one-handed. You can clearly see the cat's feet and the cat between my feet, happily purring down there. And this is the mode I've used in camp just for working around the cooking and preparing meals. And I usually put this on my bunny cap when I'm outside. I hook it up on the brim of my cap, and it has really served me well out in the field. And if you hear some predators out in the field, then you can always give the back of the light a little soft press, and you go to medium light mode, and you've got a lot of light. And that's just medium. You can see the cat even more clearly now, and you can really reach out and look into the forest with this light. Now, if you really want to pierce into the forest, you got your high mode, which is super bright. You can see how well that works now. And you can actually zoom in and read the text on these jumper cables. So, and that is from about 5.5, 6 feet away, zooming in there. So that's impressive. And you could read a book on the firefly mode, especially if you're in a survival mode and you don't want to be reaching out to the whole world with your light. So that's a very good thing to have right there. So I really like that. And again, I'm surprised and really impressed. I did not think I would use that mode at all. But I find that I use it quite a bit, especially when out in the field or on survival outings or camping or hiking. I really use that feature. I've never used the flashing mode on any light ever to this date, except to annoy friends. But it is there. It is a feature. Now, you can also change modes by turning the front of the light. I know you can't see my action of my wrist, but you can turn the front, give it a twist to go through modes. Okay, twist it. What you do is you twist it clockwise and then counterclockwise, and it switches through the modes. Okay, so there's a different way of adjusting that. And then of course there's the hard on-off click, solid on-off clicking, which you can cycle through the 3 levels like that as well. So I'll show you all the stress tests that I've put this through, and share the links for you with you so you can get one of these yourself. Hi everybody, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself world and the Off-Grid Project. I am outside here at the Off-Grid Homestead, and I just want to show you the ThruNite TI4 Penlight that I have been reviewing here. Sorry I didn't have it in the camera. This is a very nice little penlight that I have been using. Now forgive me if I repeat a lot of stuff, because this review has been done throughout a series of, well, a long time, and I add to it as I go, but I want to show you how great this is in the dark. So I'm going to turn off my headlamp and show you what this light can do. Here's my headlamp. So we've got various modes here. I don't know if you can see anything right there at all. We've got firefly mode. Let's get right down close to the ground here and let's look at the firefly mode. Alright. Focus, camera, focus. Alright. Well, the camera doesn't like the... There we go. There we go. So there's the firefly mode. And now I can slowly back off. And as I said in a previous segment, I was not impressed with the idea of a firefly mode when I first got the ThruNite Tactical Penlight, but with further use, I discovered that I really love it. And there's something out here. Okay, I am in the forest and there are critters out here, and it is dark. So one of the things about this light that's so convenient is it's mega bright. There's the bright setting, so you can really see the off-grid homestead here at dark. Really see, and you can really get out there in the forest and see what's creeping up on you. I like that. You can see very, very clearly here. Right now, I think I'm zoomed. There we go. Much better camera work. So you can see for a penlight that holds 2 AAAs, this is really impressive light. This is really, really impressive. So I can get right out there and I can see, I don't know if you can see, sorry, I made my motion sensing light come on. I don't know if you can see what I can see, but I can see my camper far, far back on the other side of the meadow with this light. Pretty well, actually. I can see it, and if there were intruders, I'd be able to see it with this light. You can see the trees, and it is pitch black here. I am in the forest. So, for a penlight, it's very, very impressive for this tiny little weight, this tiny little size. And this light now goes wherever I go. It's part of my everyday carry because of its extreme lightweight and convenience and the extreme brightness of the light. Alright kids, do not attempt this at home. I am about to take my beloved ThruNite Tactical Penlight and put it out in a mud puddle and leave it there all night. This is my EDC light, my everyday carry light now, since ThruNite has graciously sent it to me for review. I have been testing it extensively for a while now, and one of the extreme tests I'm going to put this through is to see if their claim of being waterproof is valid. It has been raining heavily all day, and I'm going to take this and throw it into a mud puddle and leave it there overnight and see if it can survive. I'm a little nervous because I really love this light now, and it goes where I go. It's one of my favorite lights that I've ever had. So, here goes. Let's take it outside. Alright everybody, here is my ThruNite Tactical Penlight, and just to see, it does work. Alright, as of now, it works and it's in good, happy shape. And I'm going to go over to this mud puddle and leave it there overnight. I'm a bit nervous about this, to be honest, as I said, because I really love this light. And I hope it passes the test. We'll be back in the morning and see how it looks. This is about maybe 2 inches of depth at max, I think, a couple inches. So if it's waterproof, it should survive that. And we'll come back in the morning and see what happened. Well, my ThruNite tactical pen light has been out here. It spent the night here, and you can see it's quite dirty. As you saw last night, I did throw it into a mud puddle, and the dirt and filth has settled onto it. And I have to admit, I'm a little concerned because I do love this light, and it is part of my everyday carry now. So you can see the acorns nearby and the piece of metal there, how much dirt was in this mud puddle, and it soaked away in the night. And I haven't touched it since. You can see the dirt on the Penlight. So it's been sitting there overnight, and I'm about to see if it'll work. The moment of truth. The ThruNite. Stick up moisture on the side. I'm guessing it's going to work. Yep. We have light. It survived the night out in the cold, and the mud, and the slop. And it still works. So there, guys, you have the ThruNite TI4 pen light, and it is waterproof. It can take a beating and still work.